Explain these numbers, now!
I don't know what you're talking about.
This can't true. Lies!
My brother lied and stole my family, but fate put me in the judge's seat for his ultimate downfall. My name is Elena Ramirez, and I'm 34 years old. 5 years ago, my brother Javier told our parents I embezzled money from our family restaurant in Miami. He forged bank statements, fabricated transfer records, even created fake emails that looked like they came from my account. Thousands supposedly funneled to a gambling debt I never had. That one lie erased me. They changed the locks on the house I grew up in, blocked my number, told relatives I was a thief who abandoned them. They didn't come to my law school graduation. They weren't at my wedding. For 5 years, I was no one's daughter, no one's sister. Then, last month, Javier was arrested for corporate fraud, millions siphoned from business partners, and the federal case landed on my docket. Not as an attorney, as the presiding judge. When my father saw my name on the bench plaque and realized who was about to sentence his only son, he grabbed my mother's arm so hard it left fingerprints that lasted a week. If you like this kind of raw, unfiltered stories, from betrayal to sweet, satisfying revenge, drop a like and subscribe so you never miss another one like this. And tell me in the comments, where are you listening from right now and what time is it there? Let's go back to the spring of 2021, to the kitchen of El Sabor in Little Havana, the smell of café con leche and garlic still hanging in the air, the last time my mother looked at me like I belonged. Growing up, there were 2 Ramirez kids, but only one ever really mattered. Javier was 2 years older, the one who could talk anyone into anything. At family parties, he'd hold court, telling stories that had aunts wiping tears of laughter and uncles buying him another round. Our parents, Carlos and Maria, built El Sabor from nothing. Dad on the grill, Mom keeping the books. They worshipped charisma and loyalty. Javier delivered both on a silver platter every single day. I was the quiet one, the one reading case law while everyone played dominoes, the one who got straight A's without fanfare. I wasn't difficult, I was just invisible. Here's one memory that still burns. 10th grade. I won the statewide mock trial championship. First place, full scholarship offer attached. Same weekend, Javier closed his first big car sale. Guess which event got the big family dinner at Versailles? When I showed Mom my trophy, she gave me a quick hug and said, "That's nice, mija," then turned right back to ask Javier how much commission he made. Another time, college sophomore year, I was interning at Legal Aid, helping families like ours fight deportation. Javier got promoted to manager at the dealership. Parents threw him a party. They forgot to mention my internship existed. Favoritism wasn't loud insults. It was small, constant, invisible cuts. Extra attention, extra plates, extra pride, all for him. Then the acceptance letter from NYU Law arrived. I'd applied in secret. Dad read it at the restaurant counter, grease on his fingers, eyes going wide. NYU? That's the big leagues. For the first time, he really looked at me. You might actually make something of yourself, Elena. It wasn't poetry, but it was the closest thing to pride I'd ever heard from him. Mom called Abuela, voice shaking with excitement. Our girl's going to be a lawyer. Across the table, Javier smiled. But it was the kind of smile that never reached the eyes, calculating, measuring distance. That week, he started calling more. How's New York gonna be? Who's your roommate? What professors you got? I thought he was finally proud. I thought we were becoming real siblings. I handed him every detail like it was trust. 3rd year of law school, everything cracked. My roommate, Leela, was diagnosed with leukemia. No family in the city, just me. I filed an official deferral, 1 semester, caregiver status, dean approved, paperwork stamped, spot held for January return. I told Javier during a late night call, "It's hard, but I'll be back." His voice was honey. "Don't worry, sis. I won't tell mom and dad. They'd just worry." 3 days later, the phone rang at 11:47 p.m. I was in Lila's hospital room, monitors beeping softly. Dad's voice was ice. "Javier showed us everything. The transfers, the emails you stole from the restaurant." I gripped the bed rails so hard my knuckles went white. "Dad, that's not true. I can show you the deferral papers. I can give you the dean's number." "Enough," he said. "Javier showed proof. You're done. Don't come back until you're ready to own what you did." Mom got on the line, voice breaking. "How could you lie to us for years?" The call lasted 4 minutes and 37 seconds. That's how long it took to lose a family. 20 minutes later, a text from Javier. "Sorry, had to protect them." Sad face emoji. I tried everything. 13 calls in 4 days. First 3 to voicemail, then blocked. 3 emails with attachments, deferral approval, Queen bank statements, Lila's oncologist contact. No reply. Certified letter mailed priority. Returned unopened. Dad handwriting on the envelope. I called Tio Marco. He tried talking to Dad. Got hung up on. Stay out of it. She made her choice. Day 5, I stopped calling. Not because I gave up hope, because I finally understood they'd chosen him long before the lie gave them permission to stop pretending. Lila died in June, quietly. Just the flatline beep and pale morning light through the blinds. I was the only one there. No one from Miami called. The one person I told, Javier, was too busy guarding his throne. I organized a small service. 8 people came. I read her eulogy to mostly empty chairs. That night, I found a note she'd tucked inside my con law book weeks earlier. Handwriting shaky but clear. "Finish it, Elena. Become the lawyer I know you are. Don't let anyone, especially blood, tell you who you get to be." I re-enrolled the next day. No safety net. Loans at 8%. Part-time clerking for barely enough to eat, ramen for dinner, study until my eyes burned. Law school doesn't care that your family disowned you. Exams don't get easier because you cried in the library bathroom at 3 a.m. So I stopped crying, and I worked. Graduated cum laude. No one came. Clerked for Judge Harlan Brooks, 68, voice like gravel, eyes that saw everything. He became the mentor I never had at home. "You've got steel in you, Ramirez. Don't waste it on anger." Second year of clerking, I met Alex Torres, public defender. Dry humor, steady hands. First person I told the whole story to who didn't flinch or try to fix it. He just listened, then said 4 words that landed like truth. "You deserve better." We married in Prospect Park. 25 guests. Judge Brooks walked me down the aisle. Invitation to Miami came back unopened. Tio Marco was there, though. He cried enough for both parents. After the ceremony, Brooks handed me an envelope. Judgeship nomination packet. For when you're ready. 5 years passed. I made partner at Klein & Associates. Corporate litigation. High-stakes mergers. Brooklyn brownstone. Alex brewing mate every morning, our cat Luna batting at sunlight on the floor. A real life, built brick by brick. But some hollows never fill. Every Christmas there's a second when I set the table and feel the empty chairs like missing teeth. Tio Marco still called every Sunday, slipping updates I never asked for. Parents healthy, Javier running El Sabor now, flashy expansions, new locations. The irony never stopped stinging. Then things got darker. Alex came home one night, face tight. 2 years ago, your firm got an anonymous tip, claimed you falsified credentials. IP traced to Miami. Javier, still hunting, still trying to prove I was the fraud he invented. He didn't stop at one lie. He built a campaign. At every family gathering, he played the grieving brother. She cut us off. She's in trouble with the law. She won't even answer my calls. flipped the entire story, made me the one who left. And then, last fall, Dad had a massive heart attack. Triple bypass. Theo Marco called. He's asking for you. I flew down, sat in the waiting room 3 floors below, watching monitors through glass. Saw Javier pacing, Mom crying. Never went in. Dad survived, but the scare planted doubt. Then the collision. Javier arrested for fraud, millions embezzled from restaurant partners. Case assigned to my courtroom. Federal, televised, high stakes. Courtroom smelled of wax and old paper. I took the bench. Robe heavy. Gavel solid. All rise. Javier walked in cuffs. Our eyes locked. His face went gray. Parents in the gallery. Dad saw my nameplate, grabbed Mom's arm. Bruises later. 3-second pause inside my head. Recuse? Walk away? No. Integrity first. Proceed. Trial moved fast. Prosecution laid wire transfers, cooked books. Defense spun innocence. Midway, an ethics complaint landed in my chambers, anonymous, claiming bias. IP traced to a Miami cafe. Javier's last sabotage. Dad's health hung over everything. Another shock could kill him. Moral weight pressed harder. Day 4. Cross-examination. Javier on the stand. Charm fraying. Then the accountant, Señor Vargas, family friend since I was 5, took the stand. Subpoenaed reluctantly. He produced original ledgers Javier thought he'd destroyed. 5 years ago, he asked me to forge records against Elena. Documents projected. Forgeries exposed. Dates mismatched. Signatures traced. Gasps rippled. Javier shouted, "He's lying, paid off." But the evidence stacked. Timestamps, emails, parents' faces drained of color. Javier's final play, tears on the stand. "Sis, please, for family." I leaned forward. Family isn't blind loyalty, it's truth. Verdict, guilty. 18 months. Fair. No vengeance. After private meeting. Parents trembling. "Elena, we were wrong." I stayed calm. "I hear you, but sorry is a word. Actions are architecture. Conditions clear. Therapy. Both of you, weekly, 6 months minimum. Javier writes a full confession, handwritten, notarized, emailed to every relative. 52 people. Theo Marco confirms receipt. Mom makes a public correction at church. No half measures. They nodded, broken, but agreeing. 2 weeks later, Javier's letter arrived. No excuses, just facts. I lied about Elena. I forged documents. I kept the lie alive for 5 years. She never stole. She never abandoned us. That's on me. Family replies came in waves, some silence, some fury. Trust he'd spent 35 years building, gone. Thanksgiving, my brownstone, snow dusting the windows, 4 plates, me, Alex, Mom, Dad. Dad carves turkey with careful hands. Mom passes maduros, eyes soft. On the mantle, wedding photo, plus a new one, them on my porch 3 weeks earlier, tentative smiles. A small potted herb garden on the sill, basil and mint pushing through soil, roots regrowing inside fences. Broken things can mend, not perfectly, but stronger along the seams. Truth doesn't expire. Success answers lies better than any shout ever could. Boundaries are how you protect dignity. Forgiveness is a gift you may never give. Accountability isn't optional. Power is quiet. If this story stayed with you, if it made you think about family, truth, or the doors you control, tell me in the comments. What part hit hardest? Would you have opened the door again? Stories like this only keep coming because you're here. So if you want the next raw one, hit subscribe and tap the notification bell. I'll see you in the comments. Thank you for listening.